everybody. I'm so glad you're here. I really missed you last week. I didn't put out a video last week because we went on vacation, and it was great. It was great. We went off to the woods. I know we're in quarantine here, but we just rented a house up in the mountains and went out to be in the woods and be in nature. And it was just this little secluded, quiet, beautiful wooded area. It was just gorgeous. And it was nice just to be with the family, just enjoy the outdoors and listen to the wind in the trees and the squirrels running overhead and all that kind of thing. But I wanted to put out this video this week because I have something I learned from being away and coming back. And I want to talk about what I learned and how that relates to weight and weight loss, which sounds a little funny, but I promise I will bring it all together for you. The other thing I wanted to tell you is I'm setting up for another series. We've done our weight loss basics. We've done our weight loss going deeper. And I want to really take a deeper dive into some of the thinking that goes behind weight loss. I've said this before, and I think most of you who've been fighting for weight loss have figured this out, that a diet is not the answer, that a diet alone, if that were the answer, anybody could Google a diet, anybody could follow an eating plan and lose their weight. And that would be the end of that. And then no one would have a weight loss problem. We'd all be exactly the way we want to be in our bodies. So it's a lot more than just, okay, here's how to eat and what to eat and when to eat. It's really about how we think. And that is the key to long-term weight loss. How we think matters. And so in the process, a lot of you may know this, but I am developing an online course that I'm planning to launch in 2021. And it's going to be an intensive deep dive into weight loss. And it's going to be some of the things that we've talked about here, but at a deeper level with more help and more support. And so that's what I've been working on. And in the process of working on this course to make it be what I think it needs to be, to really help you to find that key to the long-term weight loss that you want, I've been thinking a lot and working a lot and digging a lot and creating something really special. And I wanted to give you some information on that, some thoughts about that, and give you little sneak peeks into what that is in the upcoming videos. But for today, for this week, let me give you a little bit of what I learned on my week away. So one of the things that was really wonderful about being away was being in a place where there really wasn't so much stimulation. We didn't have Wi-Fi. We didn't have cable. There was a TV, but we used it for an occasional video game, maybe watch a movie together as a family. But we didn't really do a lot of screens. We didn't do a lot of input. We spent more time just reading and being out in the trees and going for walks and listening to the nature. And one of the things I noticed late at night when I would sleep is everybody does, you wake up in the middle of the night, you may not even realize it, but you wake up, you turn over, and you're a little bit awake. And for me at home, the light from the street or from the backyard I'm a very sensitive type person. I notice noise and light and all that stuff. But this place where we were staying didn't have street lights, didn't have people's backyard floodlights going into your window. And so, if I rolled over at night and I woke up, I'd look out the window while I was laying there and see some stars and the dark night sky. And there was no full moon, so it was pretty dark, and I would just turn over and go back to sleep. It took the level of stimulation in my environment just down. And so I thought, this is wonderful. It feels so good and so calm. And then I figured it would change a little bit when I came back. And that first night we got back, I slept okay, but then first thing in the morning, just before dawn, I woke up. It's about 6 o'clock in the morning, and I felt different. I felt different than I had all week. And it was this hum. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but this hum that kind of is a background noise. It was not outside. It wasn't even the, cars it was a Sunday morning. It was pretty quiet. But what it was my mind. It was my brain just chattering about all the things that needed to get done and how it, look, you better start making a list, and you got all this stuff to do, and you got this long week coming, you're working through the weekend, and you've got all these things that need to get done, and you don't have very much time, and it was just, my brain was just running. And I thought, well, what is this? Because I didn't have to do all that on Sunday. And so what I realized and what I learned was some of why my brain wanted to do that is because it's what it's used to. And coming back into my own environment, into my home, where most of the time I'm working, most of the time I'm managing the household, most of the time we're not on vacation, it's not a holiday, my brain just flipped right back into its normal pattern. And there's nothing wrong with that. That is how the brain works. But I recognized it as a little bit of a warning that my brain went from calm and quiet out in the woods on vacation, and not totally quiet. I mean, your brain still does what it does, and mine did too, but it's like the volume got turned up as soon as I came home. And I thought, it doesn't have to be that way. It doesn't. And I don't want it to necessarily be that way, because I'm going to spend most of my life in my life, not on vacation, not, in the woods. And it's interesting how the brain gets in these patterns. So why am I talking about this as far as weight loss is concerned? The reason why I'm talking about this as far as weight loss is concerned is because you have a hum also. You have background noise and chatter in your brain that you may not even be aware of, but it's telling you, I'm working really hard. I deserve to eat that. I want that. I need that. This is a treat. It's a special occasion. Oh, that looks good. Or it's time to eat. It's lunchtime. It's dinner time. It's a bunch of noise in the background that you accept as normal, that you hear as just the cadence of your normal life. But not all of it is true. And most importantly, not all of it is what you want, really, if you want to lose weight. It's not what you need if you really want to lose weight. And so I would challenge you to do what I'm doing right now and tune into the hum, tune into that background chatter, and start to figure out, what is it saying? What is it doing? What is it telling you that you're just responding to automatically? Because it may not work for what you're really trying to accomplish, which is not to eat on schedule, not to eat mindlessly, but to really eat intentionally, on purpose, for fuel reasons, when you're truly hungry, and to stop when you're truly full. And so finding those chatter, that noise in the background is going to be really important for you to be able to dig out what is happening. Why am I eating when I don't need to eat, or when I don't really want to eat? Why am I thinking about food when I'm not hungry? Why is food my entertainment instead of my fuel? And so I wanted to mention that to you. I wanted to introduce the concept of the hum, and for you to get a sense of what's going on in the background, just what's happening under the surface. Because once you start to hear it and notice that it's happening for you, you'll get to start identifying what is in it. And once you figure out what's in it, you're going to be able to start working with what do you keep and what do you let go. So I'm so glad you were here. I'm so glad to see you again. Thank you for joining me. Definitely, if you haven't already, certainly subscribe so you don't miss a video. Give me a thumbs up if you like it. Please comment. Tell me about how you've experienced this video and some of the other ones if you've watched them. And I look forward to seeing you in the next series. Thanks for being here. Bye.